What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
James Shu, how are you?
.com, and this is not 65 years in the making. It is
a lot more.
Like 14 or something years in the making.
It's been 14 years since, but the first one was 65 years. It was in 1993, so that was 20 years ago. So that's 85 million, 80, you know, give or take 85 million years ago. Your face is lighting up. You must be really,
jacked up.
You're really excited for one of the big, which I'm sure is going to be one of the biggest movies of the year,
100%.
Jurassic World. It's been 14 years since we've seen the iconic Jurassic dinosaurs on screen, which actually doesn't make sense because the Jurassic period didn't have any dinosaurs, but nonetheless. 1993, Steven Spielberg.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, right? There was a scientist who's like, hey guys, just want everyone to know who likes Jurassic Park. Doesn't add up. Brought us literally one of the most iconic movies in, you know, not only American cinema, but in cinema all around the world. Soundtrack, visualize. I mean, it is one of the movies that really capture the feeling of movie magic. I remember being as a kid, and you know, we have that epic scene in Jurassic Park when they first see the dinosaurs, and you know, we have our two main characters who start taking off their glasses and just looking, and you hear that music kick in, and you are just, you know, they're in awe. And I feel the same way watching that movie. I vividly remember the first time I saw that movie. It was on VHS by that time, but it was just a huge spectacle, an iconic film, and unfortunately, it won 3 Academy Awards, but unfortunately spawned 2 sequels that were very underwhelming and not nearly as good. And now 14 years later, the park is open.
I'm excited.
That was such a good, you know. Ugh.
All right, so I liked it because when I first saw the first Jurassic Park, I was like, wow, dinosaurs, flipping awesome. Then The Lost World definitely was nothing like what the first one really brought. And then the third one, it just wasn't great, you know. But I respect all the films just because I love the idea of seeing dinosaurs. And
what a way to, like, how they work, like the mosquitoes, like that whole like setup,
it all makes sense.
It's brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. Like, even though I don't think I think it was been like just proven that's not possible, but still amazing.
But Michael Crane, when he was writing that and he thought of that, brilliant. Because not one person in 1993 said no. We're like, yeah. Anyway, and then when you see the dinosaurs for the very first time, a lot of it in the first one, all not all, but a lot of it was animatronics, and then on the running scenes there was CG. And at the time, it was the highest-grossing film of all time, Jurassic Park. And then not only was it the highest-grossing film of all time without adjusted inflation, it had the most CG cuts ever, or something like that, with 55 or something like that. And it was just awesome. Everyone knows about Jurassic Park,
and it still literally holds up to today. You 100%. Can put Jurassic Park in and it does not look old or dated. And that's very rare, because I mean, I've seen movies that came out early this year that CGI looks worse than the CGI in
San Andreas,
you know, Jupiter
opening
Ascending.
Scene. San Andreas opening scene, and I like that movie.
Yeah, Jupiter Ascending.
But that's, I mean, you're rollerblading, bro, in freaking sky.
It's X-Men on ice.
Just saying. But yeah, I'm excited about this. I know that I'm jacked up for the movie tonight. We got, how long's the film?
About 2 hours. And Chris Pratt starring in it. We got a whole
Star-Lord himself.
Star-Lord.
Bryce Dallas Howard. Sorry.
This guy's attaching, no. This guy's attaching his name to pretty much any big property as possible.
Indiana Jones?
Yeah, right.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We have this. We have Guardians of the Galaxy. So, I'm really excited to see this movie.
Bryce Dallas Howard, not to be confused for Jessica Chastain. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It's so, okay, if you don't know that joke, put in Bryce Dallas Howard is not Jessica Chastain, and it's awesome because they've actually been Instagramming each other saying, have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen awesome. One of the Instagrams.
It's so that they're like, it's all good. All right,
good.
I'm ready to go back, see some dinosaurs.
Let's do it.
Boom.
Let's go back to Jurassic Park.
Bum, ba-na-bum.
Does that song like get you kind of emotional?
Alright, so we just got out for the short version. Long story short, loved it. Beyond intense. That movie, for me, was a horror film, man. There's some parts that are so intense, I'm just like, wow. So that was freaking awesome. And then I gotta be a little negative. There were a few parts where I'm just like, all right, moving on, move forward. That might be my problems, though. I'm always wanting to move forward very quickly. But yeah, overall, though, loved the film. Lots of fun. I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. If anything, I think you're gonna be terrified because this movie, on point. If dinosaurs were released, then it just could go ape. bananas. Loved it. CGI on point. And then they didn't let you down because you hear the da da na na da na na bam 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 bam. All that stuff is there. Just I have no no tone. There's no tone, but you understand what I'm saying. Anyway, movie was fun, a lot of fun. A couple slow parts. Chris Pratt was fine. I enjoyed the raptor part. I loved the ending.
Which raptor part?
The raptors, all the raptors. Okay. The whole story with the raptors. Enjoyed that part. And then Bryce Dallas Howard. She was fine, enjoyed it. Overall, good movie, loved it. And I'll end it by me saying this. Though they so eloquently showed us what it would be like if Jurassic World were real, when it came to the different sectors of the park, and man, I wish it was real.
Would you go?
Oh, absolutely, non-negotiable, non-debatable. I don't care what you have to pay. I mean, all in. The movie was fantastic.
God. You never learn, do you? No, honestly, I'd probably go too. Tell me.
I know chicken fingers make you overweight, and guess what I just ate during the movie?
This is true.
Chicken fingers.
This is true. But before I get into my thing, tell me, okay, I want to know, this is not a spoiler review, what do you think was the coolest attraction at the park?
While you do your review, let me think about that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll think about it though.
Jurassic World is... Oh man, this movie sparked a lot of different emotions in me. And I think that it is a fun, good movie. I think you hit that nail right on the head. But it's a movie of give and take. Every time I saw something that I enjoyed, there was something that kind of took me aback a little bit. I think that partially, no matter what this movie produced, being released post one of the most iconic films like I mentioned earlier is just bad because it's always going to live in that shadow. This movie would have never surpassed the shadow, no matter what they produced. It just chances where it would never surpass that. And a lot of people have asked me, is it better than how does Jurassic Park? And I think that's people's first mistake, is thinking that it's going to be like Jurassic Park. This movie isn't like Jurassic Park, if you think about it. I mean, I saw the film and I immediately said, well, it's very different. Jurassic Park is very much, we are running from something, we are afraid of something, we need to figure out how to escape. Where this movie is run and then eventually fight back, which is kind of a different feel. I think the movie's negative aspects is that, unlike the first film, they didn't give us characters to really latch onto or to really care for. In the first Jurassic Park, these two kids, we want them to live so bad, and we are so terrified for them, and we care about them so much. Where in this film, I felt, though the kids were good, if we're just talking about the kids now, their relationship seems forced. A lot of their scenes are awkward when they're trying to show emotion. There's no real heart to this movie. Everything revolves around the dinosaur, which could be a good thing, but at the same time, dinosaurs aren't someone we can necessarily latch onto because some of the dinosaurs are good, some of the dinosaurs are bad, and there's not that line itself is already blurry. I thought I had a good time watching this movie, but the more I thought about it, the more the movie kind of felt like it didn't have a strong purpose or a strong idea like the first Jurassic Park had. It's one that every time I can think of something good about it, I can think of something that that didn't bother me, but in the long run, as thinking about it and thinking about how this movie would do against time, I'm not sure how well it will stand up. One thing you mentioned I really want to talk about is, you're absolutely right. The opening of this film, exploring this park, I felt like I was at an actual theme park. I mean, it felt like I was literally there waiting in line. I mean, this kid's running. I'm with this kid, like, come on, man, let's go see the rides. I want to go see everything. The aesthetics of this park, the restaurants they created, the stores they created, all the little, what do they call, gondola kiosks that are there. Like, everything is so laid out and smartly constructed that I can't help praise the film. There are some storylines that kind of are whatever to me that I don't think were too... I think the movie really lacks a certain focus and a certain theme that it wants to drive home. But at the same time, it's fun, and it's a ride that you could definitely go on again and again and find itself enjoyment. But at the same time, like I said, it's nowhere near as iconic to a level where it's just not Mad Max good. Come on. It's not Mad Max.
It was not Mad Max, but
it's a solid movie. Yeah. It is a solid movie. I think it's a good installment in the franchise. It's a great sequel. I think that's the best way to explain it. In most cases, the first movie's great, and sometimes there's a good sequel. This is a good sequel, and I think that is what it is. I think Chris Pratt was good, but I didn't really care for him too much. I didn't really find the whole cliche undeveloped relationship between him and Dallas Bryce Howard was very interesting. I don't know, there was a lot of ups and downs in this movie, but overall, like I said, I enjoyed it. I noticed in my review, though I said, I kept repeating it was fun and I enjoyed it for the most part, there definitely were issues that I kind of had with the movie.
Hey, and that's what happens. But if you want to read what he's talking about, you go to chasingcinema.com/Jurassic
World.
And you can understand that. But overall, guys, honestly, watch the film.
Your favorite attraction?
I guess I can't really think of anything other than I guess I'll just say when you're near the gyrosphere.
Yeah.
I really enjoy, because I was trying to imagine, wow, if I were on that and you get to travel within the, because there was no construct, it was, you're driving yourself. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then there's a couple things in the film I thought were kind of off, because I think if in real life, if that really happened, because that's what we're assuming. If it was real life, I would think though that there was a button that all the gyrospheres that the master control, and it would automatically make. No, I don't think it would shut down. I would have forced it. It would have just forced it to go back to where the pods are.
That makes sense.
So there was just little things like that where I was just like, I think they would have did that in real life if it was a real park. Just like if a roller coaster shuts down, there is a retract button that makes it just go. I didn't think there would be any difference in that. But yeah, man, I had a lot of fun because that world building, man, or world island building.
There is some cheesy dialogue and there is some cheesy things that happen.
You expect that though in the film like this.
We literally have a character whose job is to deliver catchy quotes, and he is just really just kind of off the wall, and he kind of bothered me too because he was like, he's like, oh, it's about fun, it's about how the dinosaurs are good in their eyes, and then at one point when a major threat happens, he's like, oh, this dinosaur's worth $160 million, we can't kill it. I really enjoyed the thought. Two things I didn't get to mention was A, that we could actually have a Verizon Wireless sponsored dinosaur, and the fact that dinosaurs are sponsored,
which would make sense.
Yeah, and this movie actually says one of the most truest lines, which is, kids look at dinosaurs now like they're elephants, and that's true. We've advanced so much in CGI and since 1993 that we see those, and they're not exactly amazing.
No, they're not.
They're not exactly astounding as the first film. But what I really found interesting is watching Jurassic Park and then watching this movie. This movie does have really great CGI. But if you look at the two, I'm not sure we've evolved that much in that sense because those look just as good. So it didn't feel like we were revolutionizing the creation of the dinosaurs either. And I really like the fact that there was, some throwbacks with, the long neck was, I believe, animatronic in that one scene. But overall, I think that as much as you would think that these dinosaurs look 100% better, I don't know. I've never been
Brachiosaurus?
Bronchosaurus.
Yeah, that made me so sad, that scene. I wanted to kill myself.
It was very sad.
I hated that.
But I mean, that part, that part had heart. But essentially, like, the dinosaurs looked equivalent to what they look like in Jurassic Park, and that's kind of interesting because I don't know if that's better in the sense for a better compliment for Jurassic Park, or just saying maybe saying Jurassic World didn't really bring us. But I mean, with CGI, those look great. Those looked outstanding, and that's what Jurassic Park did, 22 years ago. My favorite attraction though was definitely how cool would it be to be in a gondola or a canoe in the river when the long necks and all them were in the river.
Oh, we missed that part of the movie, huh?
I think so. Yeah. It's just oh no, really?
Was it at the beginning?
Yeah, part of the beginning.
We probably missed the first 10 minutes.
Oh no, I don't think it's that early. Maybe it's just a little glance. It's like a glance of all them, and then it kind of turns into the when the train's going through, or not the train, the car's going through, and it's going through all the running dinosaurs, and then it shows you the train, and that's where the kids are on. So I don't know. It's just a glimpse, but it looks so awesome. I was like, I would love to do.
Beautiful world building.
Beautiful. It was.
Yeah.
It was
beautiful
exemplary world building.
Colin Trevorrow. Beautiful Jurassic World building.
Good.
See what I did there?
Colin Trevorrow actually, I think, Colin Trevorrow did a really good job of this movie, and I really respect the fact that he's not going to direct the next one. There's already talks about making more of these films.
To jump on that, what's interesting too is the door they left open for the sequel. It's kind of interesting to me.
BD1.
Yeah, exactly, man.
I love BD1.
Exactly.
The only returning character.
Yeah, I know Jeff Goldblum little just like,
We literally only have BD Wong, and most people don't remember BD Wong in the first movie.
But something I found interesting was like, because they didn't bring this back just to make one. Yeah. Because right now we're in franchise world. So they didn't bring it back just to bring this one in. This movie had to be the way it is, and even if you don't see it, you already know the ending.
Yeah.
Chaos needs to happen. That has to happen. So it's kind of interesting. Like, what is the sequel going to be about?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting thought.
I actually don't even know. Like
I understand what they're capable of doing, But where is the question, and where and how?
Yeah, because we know why there's gonna be a sequel, but it's kind of like, well, where's that gonna?
Absolutely.
You know, or are we just gonna say it's gonna be literally the Lost World again?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
the Island B.
Yeah, I mean, what are we gonna say?
Because that's exactly what 2 and 3 was on another, you know.
And I want more.
Yeah,
I want more because I love this.
I do want more, but I think that's a really interesting kind of idea. Is just like, well, where do you really go from here? I know they have an idea concocted, but
like Mad Max. They can literally go anywhere, and whatever they say will make every sense to anyone who's seen Mad Max.
Yes, if you haven't seen Mad Max, guys, get on it.
Which is the best movie of the year so far. But yeah, but for this one, I'm kind of like, where do we go?
I'm with you. I was actually thinking about this. I saw the movie a few days ago, and I was actually thinking about it.
Because that's what they do.
And I was thinking about it yesterday, like really hard. I was like, where do they go from here? You know, and I'm sure there'll be some sort of explanation. But
Kent made a joke about Jurassic Universe.
Oh,
we're in space.
Oh,
they're flying.
So I'd believe Jurassic in space.
Yeah,
Jurassic
the dinosaurs are floating with Furiosa on top.
And I bet you that the that hybrid dinosaur definitely has some space creature mixed in with all that hybrid. And
well,
probably adapted
part 2 they said is a mix of aliens with...
Get the hell out of here.
The aliens and the dinosaurs. You're an idiot.
Hey, man. Hey, honestly, I would not put it past Hollywood at all. I've literally owned a movie called Leprechaun in Space. Trust me, I wouldn't put it past them. Anyway, where was I going with B.D. Wong? Oh, but
Focus.
Colin Trevorrow
he was in Focus.
Yeah,
I wasn't telling
Focus.
you to focus.
Yeah,
you see?
Yeah, that was good. Colin Trevorrow being like, I don't want to direct another movie. I want to pass it off to another director.
Because he says like Star Wars.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I think that's really, really cool. I think that's one of the coolest parts about the making of this movie. But I've honestly been hearing that Steven Spielberg might want to take back over the Jurassic Park.
And this isn't supposed to be negative because I want 10 of these movies. But where is it going to go? Because the only thing I can see part 2 of literally is being Lost World again.
I have no idea. I can't answer that.
But I love the ending scene. This isn't a spoiler. But I loved it, dude. Got me jacked, bro.
Oh, that's right. I was wrong. B.D. Wong was not the only cameo for the first film, and the other cameo is by far the best thing in this movie.
Oh yes.
Literally, that moment is unbelievable.
There's two cameos. Sorry.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
100% non-negotiable.
Non-debatable.
By the way. All right. So if you don't know at this point, chasingcinema.com/Jurassic
World.
And if you don't know, description box, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the website, YouTube.
How are you
subscribe,
feeling?
like, comment, subscribe, favorite,
share. How are you feeling right now?
Fired up, motivated, passionate, brand new way, more than ever before.
Is there any other feelings you have?
Pumped up, jacked up, gassed up, geared up, fired up, amped up, charged up, hiked up, psyched up, jazzed up, trolled up, ready to make it out by the bull.
Yeah, but you're forgetting disgusted, you're forgetting sadness, you're forgetting joy, you're forgetting anger, and you're forgetting fear. All things we're going to be exploring next week in Inside Out.
7
a
days
movie that I'm
today.
super hyped for.
That the early reviews are already coming out. People are saying top 3 greatest Pixar films of all time.
Ooh, man,
Do you know how bold that is to say that?
Yeah, that's huge. And if you aren't informed, which is okay, me and James had the opportunity to actually kind of get a sneak peek at Inside Out, and from what we've seen, I am very excited for this movie.
I don't think anyone's gonna be disappointed. We've already seen a good 20 minutes of the movie.
20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes, and the movie was. I don't think not one person's gonna be let down, and. When this movie was being made, people were already saying this might be the greatest Pixar film of all time, and then we saw the first 20 minutes of the film, like what we do, and it really is. I cannot wait. And
to hold you over, you can actually head over to our YouTube channel and find the interview I did with the actual directors and producer of the film, and we actually talked pretty in depth about how hard this movie was for them to make and where the inspiration came from.
And the backstory is freaking awesome.
Backstory is beautiful.
Yeah, so check out that interview on youtube.com/chasing
cinema,
and that way you can get that from the actual director himself, because that's what chasing does, you know, rubbing elbows with the actual guy that made the film. That's all.
Yeah, calling him the wrong name on accident. Well, I called the producer the wrong, or no, co-director the wrong name. But you know, we were talking about Russell from Up, and his name is Ronaldo. It's you know, it was bound to happen. That's what I do. I'm on the fly, just like this, man. It's bound to happen for me to mess up. But they loved it, man. They loved the interview.
Everyone did.
Yeah, everybody did. And if you haven't seen it,
so we'll see everyone in 7 days.
7 days.
And if they didn't know, chasingcinema.com is actually known as
the film lovers website.